What's up, YouTube? It's Third Time from 8-Bit Co-op, and today I'm going to go. This is going to be the first of my series of my builds. So I'm going to go over my rotation, show you my specs, and all that stuff. I get asked a lot in PvP. People ask me how are you doing so good, and how's your damage a lot. A lot of it is not. It's just that rotation is easy. I have macros, and I am a opportunistic player. I wait. I don't just charge. If I'm range, if this is the bad guy and I'm in range and I'm doing PvP, I'm gonna be like over here somewhere. I'm not gonna be directly in front of the guy while he's focusing on somebody else. I'm gonna be on the side unless I'm a melee guy. If I'm a melee guy, I'm not gonna charge in by myself. It's a lot of the reason why I do so well in PvP is because I play smart. So it's not so much skill as I'd like to say it is, but it's not. Anyway, so here is my build. Now, see, this one is where I think I'm going to do this next, because I'd rather have these other things. But here's how I went. I did the 4 points in Gala Beast. It gives my Fury attacks 10% more damage. And I try to stay in Fury pretty much the whole time, because this is a Fury build. This increases my attack power, wind power by 16% while in Fury mode. This increases my single target damaging abilities by 9%. This is my PvPs, my Grasping Earth, slow mobs down. Heart of the Volcano increases the damage of your fire and earth abilities. I don't have too many earth abilities with the exception of, I think, Enraged Salvo and Greater Salvo. I think Enraged Salvo is, or your Vorpal Salvo, I'm sorry. I think Vorpal Salvo is an earth ability, and I mean, this one would be really, really well paired with a Dervish, but this, I believe, is an earth ability as well, but I rarely use this. So mainly it's for my Vorpal Salvo, and as you can see here, I got this. I'm going to get my next level. I'm going to get the point. I'm going to max this out, so that way, because I'm in Fury, I'll get that 100% chance, and so I'll get an extra, cast of my Vorpal Salvo, which really, if you watch, we're going to break down my numbers after the combat, and I'm going to try to do like a minute or two, damage. Okay, got my Avatar, of course, Greater Salvo, and here I got these just for healing. However, I got my crit chance increased by 6, which was a must, and this, whenever while in Fury, your healing applies a additional heal over time. This is great because I spend a lot of time in Fury, and when I get attacked, I throw a heal on myself. I have an additional heal over time, and this healing increases the damage ability of my next attack. Well, after I throw my 3 heals, I'm going to go right back and attacking, so this increases the damage of my next damaging ability, which normally is Vorpal Salvo. So, now we're going to go with the rotation. I start off with Conflagrate, and then I go to Fury Blast, and then I have my Stroke of Brilliance, Vorpal Salvo, and Precision Bolt on here. As well, I think I have Fury Blast as well. That's just for when I'm moving, and I don't go back to this button. I can just one button move. And as well as Rage Spike. So those, I'll spam these buttons until my cooldowns go off, and then I'll hit them with the Molten Wave. But, okay, so let's see here. I'm going to start off, I'm going to drop my Summon Beacon, and then I'm going to pop my Avatar of the Drake, and then go into my rotation. So this is what the rotation would look like. Yeah, so I apologize for all the clicking. That's me clicking the hell out of my mouse. I go back through, stack all my buffs. Now, some of these other abilities are used as you need them, such as your Lava Lance and all that other stuff, but I mean, that's all situational. I should have, now that I think about it, I should have, when I first started, as soon as I popped my my drink, I should have went in a flame, or Molten Wave. So that was my bad. I kind of don't do this one a lot. I don't do this build a lot. I normally do my melee build. And, as you see, not great damage, but it gets the job done. it's good enough for people to be like, dude, you're good at what you're doing, blah blah yada yada yada. So I throw my Drake back down, go back through my rotation. There we go, Vorpal Salvo, and put my dots back up. This Fairy Bolt does not last long, so gotta make sure you keep your Fairy Bolt and your Conflagrate up, and go back in the left lane wave. And let's go ahead and stop the damage there. We'll look at the breakdown. So my Molten Wave did the most damage. Like I said, I should have used, after I popped the Drake, I should have used, or after I popped my Drake, I should have went straight into Molten Wave, and then started my rotation after my Molten Wave. I didn't do that because honestly, I was looking and I was going through my head the rotation, but when it came out, it was crap. So anyway, so this is, the majority of my damage came from Molten Wave and Vorpal Salvo, which it should be. You should have your dots up all the time, so they should be pretty high. Infusion, all these other ones, I mean, they're going to damage, but they're not the main damage dealers. Okay, I'm going to let my stuff cool down, and then, so after a minute and 47 seconds, 38,000 DPS. So we're going to go ahead and clear this data. Alright, we're going to start this again. Put my dots. I wish I got... I love my mouse, it's badass. I just wish it was quieter. It wasn't all click, 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 click. It's very, very, very loud mouse. Great mouse, the Razer Naga. I live and die by this thing. So as you can see, I believe my damage is already much better just because I did my rotation properly. Now you don't necessarily have to have your Fury to 100 before you use your Molten Wave. I just do because a lot of times that'll happen. I'll have a proc up, and then once that goes off, I use it, and then it puts me back enough to do another Molten Wave. But once again, this is not the best build in the world. I am not the greatest at this. This is not the best rotation. Go ahead and pop that. Throw that down. Go put my Drake. And then throw this down again. I mean, you can see we're already going to burn up the damage from the last one. But this is not the best rotation. This is just what I use. I want to reiterate that. I'm going to say that several times throughout all these videos. This is what I do. This is what works for me. This is what I find fun. And it's easy. It does a job efficiently. You know, it handles business. I get a lot of kills, and not only do I get a lot of kills, I survive a lot, you know, because, oh, wrong button. I have abilities that increase my damage with healing, plus my social. So this is a fairly good build. Standard rotation, very easy to macro. I'll show you how my macros are set up. Oh, I should have looked at my damage. Anyways, so we're gonna go ahead and I'm gonna pop up my macros and show you. Okay, so he's not here in Drake Fire. I have this is my grand target AoE at target, so I don't have to. I don't like having to drag that around. You know, I normally, if I see a target, I click on it and I drop Drake and it drops. This is great for dropping it right in the clumps of people. So I just tab on one that's in the middle and drop the Drake. I have my primal avatar Drake. Let's see, where is that one located? Was it on this page? Curious. Oh no, this is just okay. This is not a macro. Okay, I'm mildly retarded. Mildly retarded. So we will go into, this is Rage of the Drake. Okay, Rage of the Drake. This is what the macro setup is. What it looks like. Vorpal Salvo, Rage Spike, Stroke of Brilliance, Precision Bolt. Yeah, I did have Fairy. I have Fairy Blast on here because sometimes you'll be moving, and Fairy Blast actually does quite a bit of damage. And with this move, with this build, this is very mobile. You have a lot of mobility with, you know, having Fairy Blast, because you still have several other abilities that, you know, once they come off cooldown, you know, they proc and you know you can get your vorpal salvo to proc too while you're moving. Excuse me, man. My throat is killing me. This weather has been crazy lately, so it's got my throat all kind of mangled up. Anyway, so that's this build right here. This is my Hellion build. This is one of my favorites for PvP for range when because there's certain PvP matches I don't like to go in melee with. White Steps is one of them. White Steps I like to be range. I don't know what it is because everybody crowds the middle where the thing spawns and it just gets really really hectic. And then if you're in the middle, you're gonna get focused. So I don't like being melee for that one. But this is my Hellion build. I'll pull this back up. Yeah, my Hellion build. This is my my bars, my rotations, and my macros. The damage, like I said, in this build is pretty solid. Not the best, so don't take what I'm saying as gospel as this is gonna top you out because I don't min-max anymore. I stopped doing that since WoW and being like anal about my DPS because I was one of the best shamans in my guild. I wasn't one of the best shamans on the server. I was in a fairly big build. Oh, Jesus, I can't even speak today. Fairly big guild. There we go. I was in a fairly big guild, and I was not pulling my own shit. I was probably the second best shaman in the guild, and the other shaman was much better at because he was elemental. He was range. He was way better at than me. However, healing and melee DPS I had unlocked because I was very very anal. I would and rage at myself when I drop rotation or miss a proc opportunity. I'm not like that anymore. I don't care if I'm top damage. When I was playing WoW and I was raiding really hard, I had to be top damage. I had to be like and that's why I didn't like DPSing. I never really liked DPSing. But even with healing, I had to have my heals on point. I had to have more heals than all the other healers in the raid because if I didn't, then I felt I wasn't doing my job properly. But anyways, so that's my Hellion build. Not the most optimal rotation, but this is a quick, easy rotation for people who are looking. This is kind of a beginner's guide. This is for people who are looking for, hey, an easy way to play this class, because several people have jumped to 60, and don't know what the hell they're doing, or people have come back to the game, and they're playing, and you level up pretty quick. You can hit 50 fairly quickly, but, and then people, they don't do a lot of PvP. Normally, it's IAs and stuff like that. And then when they start PvP, and they're like, I don't know, I don't have, what's a good rotation, blah, blah, blah. These are good beginner rotations. This is a good foundation to build upon. So use that, take that as you will, okay? My videos are a good foundation to build upon. They are not the greatest. They're not perfect by any way, shape, or form, but they're easy. There's something for you to start with. So you can work up, and you can work your own rotation. I don't believe in... and I stopped believing in having the set perfect rotation because I think combat is always going to be situational. There's always going to be some element, some factor, something in there that's going to change the way the combat, the outcome of the combat or the flow of the combat, whatever. So you're more than welcome to use my build. I encourage you to use it as a stepping stone and build upon it. Come up with something yourself that works a little bit better, where your numbers come out a little higher. And if you do, let me know. Post your videos or post your links, and I may end up using your builds, or your macros. So, all right, guys, my name is Thurbertan. Thank you for listening to my rambling video. I appreciate it. This is video 1 in my my Primalist Souls rotation guide. So I will see you guys in the next one. Take care.